Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Like Your Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this video is going to be a requested video for those who wanted to know what my manifestation journey was like. Now I'm going to go off on this topic in a way that I kind of understand it, I guess more of how I started and how I got here kind of thing, because I do already have a video on how I personally manifest, which I might update it. Not much has changed, but I kind of feel like my mindset has changed a little bit for the better, of course. But besides that, like in this video, I'm just going to talk about where I started off within my manifestation journey and how I got to this point now where I just know that I can do it. Like I can do it. I can do it all. If I can see it, I can achieve it. It doesn't matter what it is. There are no limits in this universe. Like I genuinely and truly, really do believe in that, which is also why I do come on here to make videos for you guys. It's because I know what I know is valuable. Like I know that it changed my life and it made my life better, and it's made the people around me lives even better. And I feel like if I can make those people's lives better, I can also help you guys out as well, because I understand exactly what it was to suffer in every way, shape, and form when it comes to mental problems, when it comes to issues going on around you, like whatever it is that kept you feeling trapped in one single place. These are all things that you can definitely work past, because everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to just not have to deal with the shit that they don't want to be dealing with. Like at the end of it all, we are strong and powerful people, and if we really are as limitless as we know that we are, then we can understand that we can really do and have and create it all. There are no limits to this shit. Absolutely not one single limit at all. But alright, my loves, with that being said, let's get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about my manifestation journey starting from day one, okay? Because I really want to get started on this topic. Let's start out with when I was a little younger. I would say around the age of like 12, 13. I genuinely do not remember when I first discovered the word manifestation and all this stuff. I kind of feel like I've been hearing it all of my life, but I never really fully understood what it was until I was able to like search it up myself kind of thing. But I do remember, obviously, and I'm sure pretty much all of us, like I'm very sure that all of us had first discovered the law of attraction before anything else, right? Now, as you guys know, on this channel, I'm a law of assumptioner. I believe in the law of assumption. I use the law of assumption, which is when you assume your desires into reality. Like I am very based around that. I don't use the law of attraction because I feel like I don't need to. Like we already are everything, so why, you know? But besides that, I started off with the law of attraction because that was like the most common thing. It was like basically the only thing that people really knew about, even though of course Neville Goddard was around, Edward Art, and you know, people like that who really knew about this kind of stuff. That wasn't really a thing, okay? So I knew about the law of attraction. I remember looking up on YouTube, finding all of these videos upside down, left and right, about how to manifest this with the law of attraction, how I manifested this with the law of attraction, all this stuff. And I remember I didn't really care about it at first. Like when I was kind of young, like I said, 13, 12, 14, like that kind of age, I didn't really care about this because I was just going on my own flow. But as time went on, I remember I started to want certain things. And this was more around the age of like 17, 18 is when I really started to want certain things to a point where I was like, I need to manifest this shit, because I didn't really know what I was doing. You know, I didn't really understand that this was something that you could just do. Like, you know, I thought that you had to apply certain things to manifest it, which is kind of what the law of attraction tries to make you believe. Not shitting on the law of attraction. Like I don't want to be someone who shits on other people's beliefs or what they practice, but I will say for me, I remember it stressing me the fuck out. Oh my goodness, guys. When it came to the law of attraction, I remember they were like, you got to keep your high vibration all the way up high and you got to be radiating at it at all times, and if you're not going to get what you want. It was like too many limits into it. But I did think that that was the only thing that worked, because what? Like I said, it was the only thing that people were talking about, and it was things that people were saying. I did this with the law of attraction. I manifested this. So I was like, what am I doing wrong? You know, I was watching these videos and people were like, I just maintained being up here and I just knew that I had it, and then I did. And in reality, I kind of think that half of those people that think that they use the law of attraction were actually using the law of assumption but didn't know it. You know, like they just thought that the law of attraction was the only thing that went. But no, babe, that's what I had to really learn for myself, because that made me want to give up on manifesting as a whole. You know, conscious manifesting, because again, I did not know that you can manifest things without understanding how. You know, like you could sit there and just say, I have this, I have this, I have this, and then you will get it, which is actually what I had been doing pretty much my whole life before that. You know, I didn't know about the law of assumption or anything like that. I didn't know that assumptions create, and if I do this, I'll do that, like kind of thing, then I'll manifest it with my mind. I didn't really put that into perspective, but I do remember ever since I was little, like I was able to manifest little things that I wanted, but that made me really happy, you know, like, oh, free chocolate, or I can go here and I'm going there and all this stuff. Like, we were always manifesting. So that was one thing that I discovered over time. But yeah, back to the law of attraction thing, I remember just getting really frustrated because I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I would be scripting every day. I would be writing it down 3 times a day. What is it, 3-6-9 challenge? Like, write it down 3-6-9 times a day kind of thing. I remember all those challenges or all those techniques, and I'm not shitting on them either. I'm not saying that they don't work, but I will say that for someone like me who overthought too much to just be doing that kind of stuff and trusting that it would work, it never really worked for me because I was just doing too much. You know, I was mentally applying too much pressure and making myself feel crazy when in reality it was as easy as simply assuming that I had it, okay? Now I remember around the age of 18, 19 years old, I began to get a little desperate because I was like, I really want to get out of a certain thing. I wanted to manifest a new situation for myself, and I was pretty much done dealing with the old one. So I remember I would like go on my phone and watch a whole bunch of videos on YouTube about law of attraction. I manifested this, I manifested that. People talking about they made a fake this and like a vision board and blah blah. Babe, like, y'all don't know how many vision boards I made. Like, you don't know how many vision boards I made. I made so many. I printed out so many photos. I did so many things, collages, arts, all this shit, all with the thought process of this should work, this should work, this is gonna work, finally, it's gonna fucking work, it's gonna work, oh my god, just like the person in the video, like all this stuff. I was still applying too much pressure. I was still thinking too hard. I was still thinking, what am I doing wrong that I can't get it but these people can? What if I am the one who can't do it? And that right there was something that I didn't know. That was the state. I was in the state of victimization where I kept thinking that I was gonna lose regardless. I did not assume that I was going to end up successful. Like, truly, I didn't truly believe it. And that was like one of the things about the law of attraction, I believe. Like, it's kind of implemented that you have to fully believe and radiate at the power of you always having it, always be happy, always think this, always that. And I entirely understand the positivity, I guess you can say, that goes behind it, because I do know that there are some people who can't think that way. There are some people who can dead just be like, I got it, and then they're there, and that's amazing. And they're able to consciously and always radiate that high level, high vibration stuff. But then there were other people like me who overthought too much to be able to do that. It would be one day and I'd be like, where is it? Like, what's happening? Is it gonna take much longer? Before I knew it, it'd be like 2 weeks, a month passing by, and I'd be like, where the fuck is it? Like, it's not happening. And that right there would get me more frustrated than anything else because I began to lose hope. I, for a very long time, did not believe that the law of attraction worked. I pretty much like wasn't against it, but I definitely was not repping it. I remember people talking about it and I was like, good for you. Like, good for you, I'm happy for you. But I just didn't have the same kind of success story for myself, which was fine. I wasn't salty or anything. I just knew that it wasn't for me. That's how I took it. But okay, so then as time goes on, I remember pretty much that was done. I was done with the law of attraction, like officially done. I wanted nothing to do with it, not in the way that I was pushing it away, but just like, I'm done with it, okay? As time goes on, I finally discover on YouTube. I remember I saw Sammy Ingram's video in regards to manifesting. I remember when I found that video, my life changed in the way that, oh my god, it is this easy. I remember making a video about this before. Like, I definitely have mentioned this because I remember saying this to you guys before. But I remember being absolutely shook in every way, shape, and form. I was like, this shit looks so easy. I can really do this? I can manifest whatever I want just by saying that I have it. I just remember being blown away from the concept of it all because it came out so easily. Like, it looks so simple. I was like, oh my goodness, if I can really do this, I can do it all. I can manifest this and I can manifest that. Like, I was feeling really happy about myself. I just remember feeling a lot of hope, knowing that the law of assumption worked this way. And I remember also thinking that I never had ever heard of the law of assumption. I remember thinking, this is not the law of attraction. Like, it's the law of assumption. It's something entirely different kind of thing. But it wasn't even totally different to the extent of this is an entirely new field. They both still have to do with manifestation. But the difference here is that the law of assumption was made into a lifestyle. The law of attraction is like something you do. You got to get into it and you got to stay there kind of thing. Like, whenever you want to manifest something else, get into the vibration of having it and then you will have it. With the law of assumption, it's done. Like, everything is done in your favor. You start to understand that there are different kinds of ways to manifest what you want, but it all leads back to the same thing, your mind. That's what I loved about the law of assumption, the simplicity that went behind it. But like I said, at the time, you know, I was blown away, definitely. I was like, oh my god, it is this easy. But I didn't realize that there were so many things that I mentally had to work through in order for me to truly understand that it really was as simple as everyone and its mama was making the law of assumption seem. At the time, there were not, well, actually there was like barely anyone talking about the law of assumption. I just remember being extremely inspired by what I was seeing because it was just so amazing to me to know that it could just be that way and that was it. So I remember I began to start applying the law of assumption to my life. I remember like really consuming a lot of information on it. I would just read a lot of articles and I would just watch a lot of videos, really. That was like the main thing. time. But the whole thing is that, you know, at the beginning when you get really excited about, oh my god, I really found like the holy grail to everything kind of thing, that you start to go ham on it. It's not even that you're applying it yet, but you're just consuming out of excitement because you're like, oh my god, like I can really figure this out and it's so easy. Upon all that consumption that I was doing, I remember thinking to myself, I was like, I'm gonna have to apply this. Like I'm gonna have to deadass just do this if I want it. But a part of me was still extremely scared because I didn't really fully realize at that time what it was to have states, like to have and use your state to your advantage. And again, it's not about using states because you can't use states, you already are in a state, but that's what I mean, is just the fact that I could implement me being in a certain state and that just being it. I know all about that now. I know how to use that to my advantage now, but at the time, I was more focused on getting my affirmations in. I was like, okay, I gotta affirm. It's gonna make it happen eventually. At the very start, I did have that thought process because I didn't fully understand it all the way. I didn't really have anyone around me to tell me what was right and what was wrong. Was I overthinking this or was I not? Was I overdoing this? Was I not? Like, it took me a very long time to fully grasp this shit, which is where I am right now. But because of my own overthinking and my own like mental shit going on, all this stuff, that it made it 10 times harder for me to really understand that it's all about just the fact that you say that you have it. If you say that you have it, then you absolutely do. Sit with that. I did not understand that, okay? So as time goes on, I remember I was manifesting things. I do remember thinking like my affirmations have to work. If I'm saying them, it's gonna happen. And I would manifest quite a few things. I remember being very happy about it. I remember being very proud of myself because I was like, okay, like I am getting a ball moving here. But all in all, I remember starting to overcomplicate that shit, which definitely had to do with self-concept. My self-concept was very, very poor at the time. I did not have a high self-esteem. I remember I just felt like I didn't deserve half of the things that I wanted, or even most of them, really, or all of them, in fact. I just didn't think I deserved the things that I wanted. I didn't think that it was going to stay being this easy. I remember thinking, what if my life becomes too good? What if this happens? Like, I was literally afraid to be happy, and that's the craziest thing to think about now, but it is a very real thing, which is also why I come on here to make videos for you guys about this kind of stuff, is because I remember being in some of you guys' positions. I remember feeling completely worthless, like I couldn't do this. I remember feeling like, what if my life changes for the absolute best and I can't handle it? Like, I really overthought a lot of shit that I was not supposed to be overthinking, because none of that stuff will ever matter once you do get what you want. You're not gonna be worried about any of that shit. You're only gonna be happy that you did manifest it, okay? So as time went on, I do remember obviously having like God, you know, the God within me, God by my side, helping me, guiding me throughout the way, which is also why I think that I made it to this point, because I don't think I would have made it to this point if it wasn't for something guiding me there, because I was very alone within this whole journey. Again, I was the only person who fucking knew about this stuff around me. No one online was really talking about it, and I am definitely not the kind of person to go reach out and make friends online either. Like, I'm not gonna hit up other people about the law of assumption, all this stuff, because it's just not who I am. I'm just not like that. So I was really dealing with it and figuring it out on my own, and as time went on, I just continued to learn more and more and more about the law of assumption, which led from me being in the victim complex mindset that I had to understanding that, okay, I'm affirming and my thoughts are changing. I like this change. I can feel the change. I'm not afraid of the change. I need to work on my self-concept to really understand that I'm not afraid of the change. This change is good and it's official. I am there. I got this. I can manifest anything I want. It had to go like that, and it was like that over the span of 2 years. I'm trying to think of when I think I really discovered, yeah, it was the beginning of 2021. That's when I discovered the law. So it's been about 2.5 years since I discovered the law, and I can say up until about October, November of 2022 is when I really fully mastered it mentally. Like, I let myself master, because I could have mastered it before, but the way my overthinking thoughts were set up, there was no mastering it with that kind of mindset. So I had to really work hard to not let that hold me down. And yeah, that basically took me almost 2 full years to get myself like all the way there, but I did get there, and it was all because of myself, because I let myself be happy at the end of it all. This entire life is about what you make it to be. I'm telling you, in every way, shape, and form, it doesn't matter what it is. If you want to manifest what you want to manifest, you have to be on your own side, riding by you, helping yourself. Like, be the person who helps you get what you want, and not the person who makes yourself sit at home missing out on everything that you want because you're afraid. Like, what are you afraid of? You are the most powerful person. You're the one who's in control. You're the one who got this shit in the bag. And it really took me all that time to fully realize that I am truly and fully the only one who can make it all happen in my favor. The way that I got to the point that I'm at now was because I became extremely tired of the shit that I was dealing with before. I became so fucking tired of it. I remember that I just knew that it was too much time going on by, that I was wasting my time being upset, overthinking, doing the most, like all the BS that I was not supposed to be doing. It eventually caught up to me. me. And that's something that will happen to you as well, especially because you are a very spiritual person. Like, your soul wants more for you. And if your soul wants more for you, then your soul is going to naturally grow out of you being that limited, being that insecure, being that unconfident, whatever it is. But you will work out of it naturally speaking, because you will understand that that is not something that you are meant to be living with. I'm telling you guys, it was like my body was forcing me to stop taking this so fucking hard. Like, stop making it into such a big deal. Because upon me steering away from me making it such a big deal, that is why it's so easy now. That is why I just come on here and let you guys know how easy this is. This is why I do what I do, and why I say what I say, and why I believe what I believe. It's because I know that it was always supposed to be this easy. The amount of trials and tribulations that I went through was honestly a choice. Like, I could have cut that way in half, but I also feel like I probably wouldn't have known everything that I know now. So in a way, I definitely am grateful for that experience, because now I know that I'm not settling for less, for nothing else, for nothing. Like, I am going all the way in. That's what I want you to do as well. Within my own manifestation journey, as y'all can see, I did learn a lot. I did learn about what it was to not settle, all that stuff, but I want you to know the same. I want you to be able to do this the same way that I have. I want you to be happy within yourself and to just do it all. Like, don't be afraid of your own life coming together for you. And I need you guys to know that you do not need to be radiating at 100,000,000 speed or whatever, like the law of attraction says. You can do whatever you want to do. You can feel however you want to feel, whatever. Just make sure that your thoughts and your states align with the reality that you do want. You can have a bad day and still know that you're a bad bitch who's gonna be successful. You can still be a little sad and know that you're gonna be a millionaire. Like, who fucking cares? There are no limits to this. So just don't create any limits, okay? That is why I love the law of assumption. It's because it's so free, it's so open-minded. It literally just is what you say it is. How much freer can it get than that? There's nothing else to it besides just knowing that it is done in your favor right here, right now, because it absolutely is. And I can say so proudly myself that this is definitely the case. And so I intend truly, my love, that this video today has helped you out to the best of its ability, that you have learned from my manifestation journey, from what I went through, from how I discovered all this stuff on my own at the age of, how old was I when I was 20? I just turned 20 when I first discovered the law, and now I'm 22 years old. So it's been about 2 years, like I said, 2.5 years, and I've learned everything, and I'm so happy that I have, because I'm telling you, law of assumptioners, we be eating, bro. Like, we are eating each and every single day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks in between, and dessert. We are eating everything because we know that we can manifest everything that we want. We are living champions. Like, I'm so proud of us. We got that shit in the bag just like that because we want it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Perfect. Yes, I love that for us so fucking much. But alright, my love, that's basically it for my video. Thank you guys so much for watching it today. I truly, 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 and really do appreciate it in every way, shape, and form. You guys are everything to me. Thank you guys for learning from me, and thank you guys for being so understanding and always so kind. And please be open-minded with everything that I say as well. There's always a way around everything. You know, even as a psychic medium, you never have to think like, this psychic said a certain message, so it is. Like, no, just do what you want and have confidence in yourself. That's the most important thing in this world. Just use my words to help yourself out, however way that may be. Just let it help you. All right, my love? Perfect. So with that being said, again, I intend that this video helped you to the best of its ability, and I know that it did, because guys, I'm telling you, the law of attraction simply was not the moves for me. It didn't get me to where I needed to be. Mentally speaking, it didn't make me feel better or more confident. It kind of only made me feel like I had to walk on eggshells to get what I wanted. I almost would start to feel bitter when I would watch these law of attraction success stories, because I'd be like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Like, how is this girl manifesting 10 mil? How they got that car? Like, what do I have to do? It was like that kind of energy. And yes, I was a little younger, so obviously like my mindset was a little different, but I just remember thinking, good for them, but how? You know, like, how did they really do it? So that's where the law of assumption walks in and says, babe, there's nothing to worry about. I got you. It's all taken care of. And it absolutely is. The law of assumption is going to show you that, because it's all about what you assume. Even within that time of me assuming what's up with the law of attraction, that I can't do this, that was still an assumption that I had, that the law of attraction was hard for me to use. Like, I had that mindset in here. I really believed that it was going to be harder. And again, it is a mindset. So, you know, even for those people back then with the law of attraction, they got what they wanted because they believed that they would. Their state was naturally correlating with the fact that, yeah, I do have what I want, and it is done right here, right now. That's all there is to it. It stayed there. And it absolutely did. You know, great for those people, but personally speaking for me, I just had to learn a lot of different things and a lot of different ways around getting what it is that I wanted as easily as possible. So that's exactly why we're going to keep it as easy as possible, because that's why I love how easy this is. The law of assumption makes it too simple for you to miss. How can you miss out on something that is naturally meant for you because you know that it is? Like, if you say that it is, then it is. If you say that you got it, then you do. If you say that it's done, then it is. Like, it's already done in your favor. It's already bagged in your favor. You cannot lose so long as you are motivating yourself to win, so long as you are focusing on yourself to win, striving for the big award. It doesn't matter what it is. Just know that you can have that shit because you said so, and that's it. If you say that you can have it right now, you better believe that you can. In fact, you already do. That was another thing that I love, the fact that it's done the same second that you say so. There is no waiting unless you choose to wait. But we're not gonna wait if we don't have to. That's why I never fucking waited. I don't wanna wait for shit. I want it done in my favor the same second that I say that it is. And that is exactly what there is to it. That's it. You claim it and it is done. That is what I've learned. It's all about you. It's all about what you're maintaining, and it's all about what you say for yourself, but you better be saying that shit with your chest, knowing that it absolutely is done for you right here, right now, because you said so, and that's it. How much harder can it get than that? It can't, because you're gonna keep it that simple. Assume the best, you get the best. Assume the world, you get the world. Assume everything, you get everything. Stay there. That's all there is to it. Now, for the rest of my manifestation journey, the only thing that I will be doing is continuously manifesting what I want and manifesting what you want for you, and helping you get what you want for yourself and for your loved ones or whoever else. But that's all there is to my manifestation journey. All right, my love, y'all got that. I believe in you, but you better be believing in yourself just as much as I do. Just like I had to believe in myself, you better be doing it for yourself as well. Y'all got that. No questions asked, no tears shed, no fear involved, only confidence. That's it. Thank you guys so much again. I really appreciate it. May God bless you always, and please take care, everybody. And if you don't let this be as simple as I've told you that I've made it for myself, then what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Because at the end of it all, you shouldn't have to go through what I went through. All the years of not understanding of this, that, upside down, left and right. What do I have to do? All this shit does not matter. Don't apply it to yourself. Don't let it be your life, because you are somebody who can easily have what you want simply because you say that you do. If you say that it's done, then it's done. If you say that it's in the bag, then it's in the bag. Whatever it is, just assume that it is done in your favor right here, right now, because it absolutely is. You don't have to be going through the law of attraction phase, through the giving up on the law of attraction phase, through the discovering the law of assumption, being really excited, but then, oh wait, there's actually a whole bunch of circumstances that are going to keep me from manifesting what I want through the law of assumption. Oh wait, I can actually use the law of assumption to my advantage. Bet I'm going to, and then you start, bitch. No, we're cutting it all the way short because I'm telling you how to. Keep it simple. You got what you want. It's already done in your favor. That's it. You believe in yourself enough to have it all right now? Then you do. No matter what it is, just know that it's already done and made for you. That's all there is to that. And as a conscious manifestor like yourself, I want you guys to keep it as simple as I have learned to keep it for myself, because I know what it's like to go through all that other shit that you don't want to go through. You're too smart for that. You're too pretty for that. You're too wise for that. Like, make it as easy as possible and just go straight to the point. I got what I want. I got what I want. I got what I want. It is that easy. You can learn from me and my mistakes, just like I come on here. Honestly, I make a lot of video about my mistakes because I felt them to my very core, but that is why I want you to learn from them, because I want you to be able to avoid the shit that I've made mistakes from, so that you can go right to the end of the finish line. You deserve that for yourself. And now that I know best in regards to that for myself, I will be sure that I will continue to manifest whatever I want at the pace that I want to, however I want to. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to overthink that shit. Keep it a buck. Keep it easy. Keep it simple. You say you got it, then you do. That's all there is to it. You just got to sit with it and let your manifestation journey as well be as easy as I have learned to make mine. If you know that you can really keep it this simple, then you absolutely can, but you have to make it happen in your favor. Absolutely. And you will, because you can, because you said so, and that's it. Bye. Being a person as powerful as yourself means that you got to use your power to your advantage. You yourself know that you are the person who can move mountains with your mind, who can manifest the galaxy and the stars to come together for you, and to really put your reality together in the way that you want to, because you said so, and that's it. Even if you have fears or doubts for a moment, that is completely okay. Like I said, I've been through that as well, but I made it to the other side. And if I made it to this point, it's because I was meant to. I was meant to do that. So if you are somebody who is watching this video right now and you do feel a lot of pressure and a lot of fear because you think that you can't manifest what it is that you want, I want you guys to listen to what I've been through. I want you all to remember that I have learned a lot of things when it came to using the law of assumption to my advantage, or even just conscious manifesting as a whole, because that's what I like to call it, like conscious manifesting. It is conscious manifesting. I didn't really know better before. You know, I had a lot of insecurities. I had a lot of things holding me down. I was the only person who really helped myself, like me, out of that place. It was all me, because I had to be the person to make that happen for myself. I was not the kind of person to go up to my friends and start venting. I was not the kind of person to hit up my grandparents and be like, I'm going through something. I just couldn't. Like, I was never never able to verbally express the way that I was suffering or how I felt. Nothing. It was all embedded within me. So after all of this time, my only real support system was myself, was God, and my boyfriend at times. But really, I had to learn how to dominate, or whatever, the beast within, because that beast was trying hard, bitch. But I tried harder. On some 2012 Facebook inspirational meme post shit, I'm telling you guys, I had to conquer the beast within. And now I'm here on the other side telling you guys how to do the same for yourselves and to learn from my manifestation journey, from everything, all my mistakes, whatever else. Because at the end of it all, if I did it, so can you. There are no limits here, no suffering that you're supposed to be going through. I don't care what it is, just know that you can do this shit. And you absolutely can. And I never doubted that for a second. You just have to not doubt that for a second. And if you do, you could just get right back up and continue on strong. But just know that you do not have to suffer. You don't. You can do this. I believe in you. Keep going strong. You got this in the bag. But we knew that already. And of course, you did too. Bye, my love. Thank you guys for everything. Feel your love a million miles away and I'm returning it right back to you. Love you guys. Bye.